A swarm of unidentified flying objects in the sky of Trenton, New Jersey, United States on August 17th. An unidentified flying object hides in the clouds after a rainstorm in Geneva, New York, United States on August 1st. Unidentified flying object in the shape of an orange ball in the sky of Limoges, Ontario on August 15th. Unidentified flying object lands in the sky of Hazlitt, New Jersey, United States on August 15th. A witness discloses a similar sighting he had documented in Tennessee, USA on May 2, 2020. And more UFO news in the report. Overhead in Trenton, New Jersey, United States, on August 17th, a swarm of UFOs flying at different altitudes. It seems that all UFOs are of the same type and size, but they appear in different sizes due to their different heights in the sky. UFOs fly in 3 different formations, with 4 UFOs being one of them. 7 unidentified flying objects are flying in another formation, and there are 2 more UFOs flying high in the sky, in another formation, and appear in the sky as faint lights. The witness says they were lined up like spaceships. The shapes stayed the same, and I think they were extraterrestrials. Of course, the unidentified flying objects in this sighting do not resemble Chinese lanterns. Everyone knows the shape of Chinese lanterns, and the Chinese lanterns do not fly fixed in their place in the sky, as these unidentified flying objects did, and Chinese lanterns do not flash and emit light that varies in intensity as these objects do. Unidentified flying object hidden in the clouds after a rainstorm in Geneva, New York, United States on August 1st. These amazing pictures were taken of an unidentified flying object that seems to be hiding behind the clouds after a rainstorm, as it is likely that just a part of the UFO appears in the pictures, and there is another part hidden behind the clouds. It seems that the unidentified flying object is not small in size compared to the size of the clouds around it, and the size of the trees over which the UFO flies. All this confirms that it is a large UFO. One of the pictures shows white dots lined up on the UFO. And the UFO might be in the shape of a ball. The witness says, "Object appeared in photos taken by mine and my daughter's cell phones. Pictures were taken after a bad rainstorm. We only saw the object in our photos. My daughter and I were taking photos over Seneca Lake after a thunderstorm in the evening. I took the first photo facing away from the lake, west, with my cell phone, which was set at high definition. She took a photo right after me. Her cell phone was set for less definition. We didn't notice the orb until we looked at the pictures a few minutes later. It appeared in both photos. My picture also shows white dots that look to be set in some order, and they also appear in close-up to have a shadow behind them. When you compare my daughter's photo to mine, you can see that the orb is much higher in the picture. Whether it moved or she was just in a slightly different position than I was is the question. It could be a lens flare situation, but I question that because it is so detailed in my picture and there are no reflective qualities around it. Unidentified flying object in the shape of an orange ball in the sky of Limoges, Ontario on August 15th. The unidentified flying object is shining in the night sky in orange color, and you feel that it is burning from the top of the UFO. This unidentified flying object cannot be just a meteor or space equipment that fell from the sky, as some skeptics try to explain the scene. The meteor or space equipment falling from the sky does not fly steadily as these mysterious flying objects do. The witness says, "We were outside with our telescope watching the sky. An orange orb came from the east and hovered in front of us. It looked like it was on a straight path but would sometime change speed and slow down just to gain more speed right after. It was not going fast. My husband videotaped it while I used the finder scope to look at it. At close range it looked like a spiral orb, ranging from orange, red, yellow in color. The colors were rotating and pulsating. I could see in the scope that it was slightly changing shape while always maintaining a spherical appearance. I was trying to communicate with them, and as soon as I said that I wanted to call my sister to show her, it disappeared. The dogs were unsettled and scared after the event. Unidentified flying object lands in the sky of Hazlitt, New Jersey, United States on August 15th. In a strange scene, white light fell from the night sky in New Jersey, and then quickly faded in the sky before the white light turned into a state resembling an electric plasma. Watching this in the sky is closer to something that has been destroyed in the sky, but it is also not similar to the destruction of missiles, as we all know what missiles look like in the sky after their destruction. There are many videos that documented such events. The witness says, "Similar to a child's jack, tumbling, star-like. This was first observed on November 2020 around 3:15 a.m. by my 28-year-old daughter, and the same object appeared again in the same location on the 15th of August 2021, at 2:15 a.m. It appears to be a brighter than normal star that seems to be twinkling a bit more than normal." Both incidents, although somewhat similar, are caught on video and enlarged. After enlarging the videos, they appear to be similar to a child's toy jack and tumbling erratically with some lateral movement. It's way above in the atmosphere and rules out any drone, and it does not seem in control. A witness discloses a similar sighting he had documented in Tennessee, United States on May 2, 2020. This time the unidentified flying object is completely similar to the unidentified flying object that was seen in the previous case. This time the unidentified flying object is flying at a low altitude near the tops of the trees. This time also the unidentified flying object descended from the sky, until it reached a low altitude near the tops of the trees and then hovered there for a while. The witness says, "Balls of light that were bright. Could see some structure when. Balls of light that pulsate and move very fast." In Larvale, Maryland, on August 11th, a witness documented an unidentified flying object that looked like a pearl, as he put it, flying in the sky. The witness describes the sighting saying, "A little after 8:55 p.m. on Wednesday, August 11th, I was sitting at a restaurant drive-thru and was taking in the sunset while waiting in line. I noticed what at first I thought to be an oval cloud out ahead of some other cloud cover. As I observed it, I began to notice that it seemed much lower than the high streaming clouds of the sunset. While it was somewhat dark on the bottom, just like the typical cloud at dusk, it appears bright on the upper portion, which should have not been possible considering that the setting sun was already below the northwest horizon. I took a quick photo with my Android phone. When I took a moment to look at the picture, I noticed that it was fuzzy, so I took another with image stabilization. This photo, once zoomed in, shows a definite outline of a pearl-like object. As I observed it at first, it did not move but then began to move slightly from north to south against the movement of the typical clouds. After proceeding through the drive-through line, I stopped and tried to make further observations, but the object had disappeared. This seemed highly unlikely to me due to the fact that the last time I observed it, the movement was not fast at all. It was also not nearly long enough for an anomalous cloud to dissipate.